are always taking trips around the world, and we love when they're in studio to tell us all about it. Hi, guys.
Hello, how are you?
Doing?
Amazing. I'm sure you guys are doing better. First of all, tell us, how was Italy?
Italy was awesome, and I do have a little bit of a confession.
Right.
I've been trying to fall in love with Italy for years. It's my 8th time there. I think it finally took this time. I think I fell in love with Italy. Yeah.
Now, what made it like that? What was the highlight?
Well, being with Angela, of course.
So last time you went, you were single.
Good answer.
No, I wasn't single, but we didn't have a good time. It was much
But that
fun.
was Italy's fault, not mine.
Okay.
And a lot of it was to do with where we went.
And this time we figured out how to avoid the crowds.
Oh,
Everyone
gosh.
thinks that Italy is so romantic, and it can be.
Yes.
It very much can be. If you think about it, though, Paris is the is the most visited city in Europe. Rome is the second most visited. But Italy as a country, only 4th or 5th on the list of tourists. So when you get out of the big cities, that's when you can find the romance and really catch your breath and enjoy the country.
Okay, oh my gosh, you're gonna be more excited. Okay, let's go jump right into the package and see you guys' trip.
Mike Ballard! Mike Ballard! Wherefore art thou, Mike Ballard?
I'm in Italy.
When you think of Italy, do you think of the canals of Venice or the art and architecture of Rome? If so, you aren't alone.
Last year, more than 68 million people visited Italy, and Rome was the second most visited city in Europe after Paris.
In Venice, the tourist population can reach 100 times the number of residents, which is why Venice has launched a daily tourist tax.
I don't know about you, but I don't find crowds particularly romantic.
We've been to Italy more than a dozen times, and we prefer to visit the country's less crowded second cities to double the romance.
The king of the rom-com himself, William Shakespeare, used Italy as the setting for some of his most romantic tales, and we'll follow his example. Our love story begins in Milan.
In Two Gentlemen from Verona, the aptly named Valentine visits Milan and falls in love with the Duke's daughter. We fell in love with the city itself.
As Italy's fashion and design capital, Milan has no shortage of beautiful things to see, including Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper.
Milan's Opera House, built in 1778, has hosted some of the world's most romantic operas, including Puccini's Tosca and Madame Butterfly.
As the world's largest Gothic cathedral, Milan's Duomo is Italy's largest church and took 600 years to build.
The rooftop views are beautiful, but climbing 256 stairs isn't necessarily romantic, so we chose a different vantage point, the Aperol Terrace.
The bright orange Italian aperitivo has its own bar with a bird's eye view of the Duomo and the piazza.
We enjoyed lunch and a cocktail before strolling through the adjacent shopping mall with its fantastic Belle Epoque architecture and luxury boutiques.
Following an afternoon perusing the Biblioteca Ambrosiana Museum and dinner at one of Milan's 18 Michelin-starred restaurants, we booked an hour at our own private bar.
Backdoor 43 is one of the world's smallest bars, with just enough space for 2 guests and a bartender.
The next destination on our Italian getaway is Mantua, also known as Mantova.
When Romeo is banished from Verona, Shakespeare sends him to Mantua. But it certainly isn't a bad place to be exiled. It's a city so romantic it inspired Vivaldi to compose the Four Seasons.
The city's historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its architecture and Renaissance culture, and for 3 centuries it had one of the most splendid courts in all of Europe.
The Duke's Palace has more than 500 rooms, making it the 6th largest palace in Europe. Its bridal chamber is where you'll find the famous ceiling fresco featuring cherubs gazing down from the clouds.
The romance continues in the chamber of Cupid and Psyche at Mantova's Palazzo Te. It tells the story of their tumultuous relationship overcoming numerous obstacles and culminating in marriage.
Sounds like a Shakespearean tale to me.
We all get our inspiration from somewhere.
Mantua is also famous for a romantic archaeological find known as the Lovers of Valdero.
This couple has been locked in an embrace for more than 6,000 years.
That's definitely a love for the ages.
Our romantic Italian journey now heads to Padua and the site of the taming of the shrew.
While there's much trickery in this Shakespearean play, you can take the stunning city of Padua seriously. It's home to one of the world's oldest universities, which was founded in 1222 and has had many famous scholars through the centuries, including Galileo and Copernicus.
Venice.
The university's botanical garden is the oldest in the world and is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as are Padua's 14th century frescoes.
Padua's astronomical clock is one of the oldest working clocks in the world. You can check your zodiac to see if you and your partner are a good match.
Unless you're a Libra, of course.
That sign is missing. Some say it was a political protest on the part of the clockmaker. Others say it was because Scorpio and Libra were one astrological sign in pre-Roman times.
Much like romance, it's open for you to interpret it however you wish, just like Italy.
For more from our romantic Italian getaway, as well as hundreds of other romantic destinations all over the world, follow We Married Adventure on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and visit WeMarriedAdventure.com.